Welcome to Hot Flashes and Bold Moves, a podcast for women over 50 who are done apologizing, done shrinking, and absolutely done pretending we don't know where our clitoris is.
That's right. We're Michelle and Dana, two badass, hilarious, hormone-raging women navigating the wild ride of aging with no filter, no shame, and no damn patience for bullshit.
From vaginal mysteries to dating disasters, dry spells to bold-ass reinventions, we are serving up real talk, belly laughs, and probably a little oversharing.
True. So pour a glass, put a fan in your bra, and buckle up. It's about to get
Hot in here. This is Hot Flashes and Bold Moves. Let's get into it.
Hello,
and welcome to Hot Flashes and Bold Moves. We are your hosts. I am Michelle.
And I'm Dana.
And today we have another special episode with a special guest. Today's episode is This Body Is Not Done Yet. And I'm going to let Dana introduce our guest because they have a special relationship.
We do. We have a love-hate relationship. This is my trainer. This is Norma Sahualla. She owns Fitness with Purpose, the Cypress, Tomball, Hockley, Waller area.
If you live in Houston Metro,
Yes.
Texas Metro area, that's where she is.
And I found Norma because I noticed some of my friends of a certain age go to her class and work with her, and when I visited, so I felt comfortable there. Women of a certain age, tell us about yourself, girl.
What's up, ladies? Thank y'all, first of all, for having me. I'm super excited about this. I am 53. I have been a personal trainer for going on 16 years come April.
Yeah.
So I have been working in the health and wellness industry for a long time. I'm not only a personal trainer, I'm a health coach. I'm also a run coach. Any and all things health and wellness I kind of do. I work with a lot of people that are of that kind that are like, what do I do in a gym? How do I exercise? So I'm not one of those trainers that you're going to for those high rocks competitions or DECA. I mean, I can train them all day. I love training them. However, my specialty truly is getting in tune with your body, knowing the body and how to fuel it for longevity.
Thank you.
Excellent, because at this point, that's what we're in it. Shit, I got 3 kids. I'm 57 and not a grandbaby inside. Stick around.
I would be dying at Disneyland. I can't walk to the ride.
Well, let me just say I'm 53 and I have 3 grandchildren and I'm exhausted when I come home from them.
Yeah, but at least you can do it, right? You can do it. You don't have to be like, save yourselves. I'm good.
I don't think anything prepares you again for being a grandparent. But hey, it is a lot of fun. That's all that matters to me.
And that is what matters. Agreed. So we gathered some information prior to this. And the reason we wanted to do this is, again, because it's an important topic for women of a certain age. It's what we are.
Yeah.
And lots of things happen to our bodies when we get to a certain stage in our lives. We can't control it. It is natural. And now the question is, what do we do with it? So you're experiencing muscle loss. You're experiencing bone density changes, hormonal changes that are affecting your fat storage, your energy, and your recovery. And of course, we all got stiff joints.
Yeah.
Walking up and down the stairs, Dana and I.
I saw like a glow stick popping.
Yeah.
But I want to get
about getting one of those chairs that slides up and down.
But I want to get back to.
But it's all normal.
That is all normal. But I kind of want to give relevance to you and understanding women like us, because you haven't always been fit, correct?
Correct.
So I think it's important to share your personal journey with weight gain, weight loss, not being fit, like eating the cupcakes like we were talking about, like, the struggles and stuff that you've gone through, because I think that's going to resonate with us too, because it's hard for me to go into a gym and work out with somebody that does not know what I've been through. That's always been physically fit, always running, always eating the berries and work. That's one of the things I love about working out with you, is because you get it. You get it.
It's reality.
Yeah, it is. And this isn't about about, ladies, I just want to make it clear, friends out there, this isn't about chasing that body that we used to have.
That's fine.
That is a foregone conclusion. Because even if you weigh the same amount you weighed when you were 25, your body is still totally different. Your skin is totally
Gravity's
different.
taking a hold of you.
Bones are different.
Yeah.
Everything is different. So you are never going to have that body again.
Yeah.
So this is about being fit and being healthy. And Norma has found that secret for her. So Dana just alluded to, she's battled weight up and down. Now she's in her 50s and she's found it and she's there and now she's keeping it. So that's the stuff we need to know.
Yeah. How did you do it? Tell us a little bit
Yeah.
about your story.
Yeah.
My story's a little different because growing up as a kid, I was always small because I had food allergies. Literally would carry around a cart of foods I could eat. Not that I couldn't, it was the foods that I could eat because that was a smaller list. So that's where my journey started. But when I got married, my husband introduced me into a whole different way of life, and as far as the eating goes. And so that's whenever I started venturing out, going, well, I don't care how I feel. This food feels better because it's making him happy. It's making me happy. So I just absorbed his way of life, which most women do, which that's a whole nother podcast. So let's just put this into perspective. When I met my husband, I was 115 pounds. I was 21.
115?
115. Okay. That was because I couldn't remember. I couldn't eat food. I didn't taste chocolate till I was 26.
Yeah.
Can I say that again? I did not taste chocolate till I was 26. So my food journey, it was different. So, whenever I met him, I was 115. By the time I was having my first child, I was 200 pounds and I was 21.
Time frame on that.
I was 21 to 23 is when I had my first child. Or no, we got
so in
2
years,
year period.
100 pounds. Okay.
Yes.
Wow. All right.
And then I had my child. We were starting our marriage, our life, because I got pregnant on the honeymoon. That's another podcast too. So here I was, going, okay, great. Now I'm still at 180 because, when you have the baby, you don't lose the weight. So I'm like, this is new. Well, I got to go buy clothes. So I started losing some of the weight by running. I just told myself, girl, you were an athlete. You swam, you go back to running. So I started running. But here's where I'm going to be very vulnerable with people because I want y'all to see how real I was. My ex-husband did everything he could to bring a treadmill into our house because he didn't want me running on the streets during the lunch break because nobody was at home. So he brought a treadmill in, and we didn't live in the best part of town.
It wasn't safe? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it just wasn't safe. So here's where the real part is. I would get on my treadmill, but as I would go to my treadmill, I smoked for 20 years. I was smoking at this point. So I would go to my treadmill, Dr. Pepper in hand, cigarettes were there for after the run. Y'all are laughing, but people do it. I can't hear y'all now. Oh, there we go. It was the funniest thing. My husband would come home and he'd be like, are you serious? I'm like, well, I'm trying. I put one foot in front of the other and I'm going. I'm doing something. Be happy that I'm putting effort. So it was then that by that point, I just kept going. It was a joke, but whatever. Then 2 years later, I had my other daughter. And then that's whenever I was at my all-time heaviest. And I was like, okay, I've got to do something.
Get a perspective too, Norma. How tall are you?
I was about to say, because you're small.
How tall are
You're
you?
tiny.
5'6".
You're 5'6".
On a good day. On a good day.
Than that,
Because I'm
Norma.
5'6".
I think.
I'm 5'6".
Dana is convinced you're like 4'8".
I mean, y'all see the reels. I can tell you for a fact. I know this for an absolute barefooted. I'm 5'11" and 3/4. So when I stand next to Norma, we look like Sprout and the Jolly Green Giant. I mean,
David and the Lilliputians.
I'm like, Norma is tiny next time, and I look up, I'm like, God, what is she, 5'1"?
The reason why I started there is to let people know I'm just like y'all.
Yeah.
Most trainers out there, they've been through the journey. That's why they're a trainer.
Yeah.
Now, there are some trainers that have been athletes their whole life. It's just their passion, their love for it. And kudos to them because I want to be them. But that, unfortunately, I've had to work hard to get to where I am. And that's why I started there. Not to be stupid, not to be ridiculous, but that was truly, truly the start to my journey. Was just like any other person. going, what? And I was an athlete. Like I said, I was a varsity swimmer on the swim team. Just you lose all of that when you go in and get married and start living that life. You just leave everything behind you. It's very easy to do.
And it speaks to the point that we make often, which is our Gen X generation, latchkey kids, been taking care of ourselves for most of our lives. So now we're taking care of everybody else except ourselves. And then we get to a place where, yeah, like you said, we've let it go, we've left it all behind, and now something's got to change.
Yes.
Enter Norma at her heaviest weight of 215, and
what'd you do?
I said to myself, girl, first of all, quit eating all the junk you're highly allergic to. And I can't stress that enough to people. If you've never had a food sensitivity test, go get one, especially over 50.
Oh, okay.
Because what we are doing to our foods nowadays, and they have no choice. They truly have to do it to feed the amount of people we have in society. That's why they do it. Everybody's on this misconception that they're out to get us. That's not it. There's just not enough to feed everybody if they don't do it. They haven't found the healthier way to provide it for everybody.
To provide in mass quantities.
Right. That's the problem that society needs to solve. That along with the healthcare. That right there. Because what is going on is the more we eat all this stuff, so we've got 50 years of eating all this chemical and stuff that's in our food. Your body can't flush that anymore unless you heat it up and you force it to flush it, which is the movement. And that's the one thing that everybody's not doing.
Well, yeah, so that's another point. Our generation, we're the first generation of TV dinners and processed foods and prepackaged, and probably because all our moms were working.
Yeah. Well, and if you look at pictures in the 50s and the early 60s, like people on the beach, you rarely see a heavy person.
Because they were still eating fresh food then.
And they were moving through everywhere, getting everything delivered.
You remember before microwaves, it would take forever to heat up something?
And I'd be like, I don't have the energy. Or the patience. I'm not going to eat it. I don't want it. I don't want it that bad.
But that's what's going on is your colon just can't flush it, so it's staying in your body. And now your body is saying, I've had enough.
Yeah.
And so the fluid just keeps building and building and building in the body because the body's not, it's not heating up enough, long enough to sweat it out, to burn it out. You have to heat the body to a certain amount every day to flush that body.
So what got you in? Like, what was your first step to starting? Like, you lost the weight?
So you're at your heaviest and with all this great food information, you decide I need to stop eating the crap. And then was it about the food at that point first?
At first it was about the food. I lost my first 50 pounds just by diet. And then after that, I hustled hard. I mean, I ran for an hour every day.
I'm not running for an hour.
And the zombie apocalypse, I don't have to be the fastest.
But remember, guys, I'm from that generation that is manual labor. So we had no money. Gym memberships were expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, and I couldn't afford it with my 2 kids. Yeah. So back then, those video VHS or whatever, you put that in and you do that video. Yes, you do that video.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't tell you how many videos my mother-in-law gave me for Christmas one year. I was like, is she trying to tell me something or is she really trying to help me out? I'm not sure.
That's how I feel when my friends are telling me, you should try the GLP-1 things. You should try Ozempic. And I'm like, well, first off, fuck right off. What are you trying to tell me? You're not trying to tell me anything. You're telling me I'm a little fluffy is what you're telling me. No, I'm not going to do it. I am doing it.
Yes.
The natural way.
I worked right around the corner from my house, 1 mile. So I would go home. I got 45-minute lunch. I would go home for lunch every day, eat my lunch, but I would run or cut grass before I ate and went back to work because I wanted my daily movement.
That sounds terrible.
See, I'm actually thinking, you said you like a
mile from her job.
Yeah, 1 mile.
I'd be like, walk back and forth, right?
Yeah, walk back. That's a
walk home. Yeah.
Couldn't get home fast enough. And I always wanted.
Yeah. Got it.
I mean, I needed the speed. So that's why I did that. But yeah, and then it just started going from there. And then along the journey, I got into building apartments. I was a project manager. It was the liaison between the office and the field. So I did all the construction buyouts. So I was on the job sites. I walked that a lot too. But I took my treadmill to my office, and because I had a lot of downtime. So I would run there. Well, layoffs were coming. That's when, back in 08, 09, when the economy crashed. And I was like, well, fuck, what am I going to do? Because I'm the first one to be let go.
Yeah.
That's where I told myself, woman, you just lost all this weight by exercising and eating right. Go see what personal trainers make. So I did, and they were making $30 to $40 an hour. I thought, that's where I'm going. Well, the next year when I got certified, they were the first ones to be cut. They got their salary caps in half. So I started as a personal trainer making $6 for 30 minutes. And it was so embarrassing. Yes, I was waiting on y'all's faces. So, and from there, it just led me down another road. And then I got to where the more I got into the fitness industry, I started developing my asthma worse and worse. It just got worse and worse.
Your what got worse and worse?
And my asthma with my allergies. And so I was literally laying in bed saying, please don't let me fucking wake up tomorrow if I got to live like this. And it was really bad. Well, come find out, I found a test, and every piece of clothing I was wearing, I was allergic to, because back to that food consumption.
Yeah.
Is part of that chemical aspect. And my clothes were tearing me up. The only thing hence why I wear gloves. The only thing I can touch is cotton. Otherwise, I go into anaphylactic shock. So, and that's,
yeah.
Huh?
Like sweet potatoes, chicken, and turkey, right?
Yes. And from that point, once I got all the chemicals off my body, I was able to lose the last 30 pounds. But my body wouldn't let me lose it because it was fighting every day to breathe. The allergic reaction was just retaining the fluid on me and just adding fluid and adding fluid.
Oh.
When your body is allergic to something that it comes in contact, the only defense mechanism that it has is to swell.
Yeah.
So inflammation?
Yes. So that was my skin. My skin was inflamed from wearing the clothing.
Yeah.
Wow. I had not ever heard anything like that. Do they,
Yeah.
what, they,
I have proven,
they being medical science or whatever, what do they attribute that kind of sensitivity to?
so Michelle, I don't go to a doctor in the United States at all because
I hear you.
they don't.
Eastern medicine myself, but anyway, go ahead.
Well, this test is done in Europe.
Okay.
And it tests for over 1,600 items, and it's an incredible test. And that's why I don't do the one here, because the one there is by all the original food aspects of life, not where ours is genetically changed and altered.
And and that is so fascinating because I used to be a consultant for a health and wellness skincare makeup company who is European founded and based, and all of their production process requirements were European based. And at that time when I was talking about it and repping it, at least 1,200 different chemicals, additives, whatever you want to say, that Europe had banned in the production and processing of food, makeup, clothing, whatever, and the United States comparably had like 120. So
Isn't that sad?
Huge difference. And when we go to Europe, Claude is like, even just coffee, because I'm not a coffee drinker, but even just coffee, he's like, why does this taste so good? I'm like, because they don't put all the shit in it.
That's right.
It's just coffee.
But again, they do it because we have so many people
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
That's why. And I get why they do it, because if they don't do it, our grandchildren won't have food when they have grandkids. But there's got to be a safer way to doing it, is what I'm trying to prove. There's got to be a way out there that they can do this to help us instead of hurt us.
There does.
And what's the name of the testing? Because you sent it to me, and it's something I gotta read.
It's testmyallergies.us.com, I think is what it is.
Okay, and we can get it from you and put it in the links too.
Concludes episode 1 of This Body Is Not Done Yet. Stay tuned next week for episode 2. And remember to like us, share us, subscribe to us, download us, and whatever it takes, get it out there, share it with the world. We are on Facebook, Hot Flashes and Bold Moves, Facebook page, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple for podcasts. We're two bold, badass women with mics and opinions, but we are not doctors, therapists, or any kind of official experts. On Hot Flashes and Bold Moves, we share real talk, life lessons, and hilarious stories. But this is not medical advice. If you make changes to your hormones, health routines, skincare, sex life, or anything else based on what we say, make sure to check in with a professional who knows your body better than we do. We're here to entertain and empower, not prescribe. So, if your libido spikes, your face peels off, or your vibrator catches fire, God forbid, we love you, but it's not on us. Own your choices, use your judgment, and don't sue us.